Shalom, Yasharallah. This is your brother Dawud Daw from GMS Tampa Bay 07. First and foremost, I want to say all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone that rule well. And salutations to you brothers pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth. All right, I want to get into this quick little lesson on my way home from work. I just wanted to get into this little lesson. I probably entitled it The Woman in the Red Dress. You know, and if you brothers have seen the movie The Matrix, you've seen that scene about the woman in the red dress and the things that Morpheus broke down in Neo, you know. And, you know, with all those people walking around, you got a lot of things to kind of focus on. You know, everybody's moving. But then when you see that one little thing that kind of stands out, you get focused on that. And you know what I'm saying? He said, turn to look again. And he turned back around and there's somebody with a gun in his face. You know, that could be a life or death situation. And at the times that we in now, it ain't no time for fucking around. Ain't no time for none of this, you know, none of this foolishness. You know, it's time to literally clean up and pack up, you know, and get rid of all that extra weight and all that extra whatever you got going on in your life right now. And basically just, hey, give it all, you know, give everything up that you got going on in the worldly sense, all this stuff that's holding you back, you know, and start doing the will of the Most High, you know. Because, you know, we pretty much at the very, very end of it all. And this, you know, is a time like no other time. You know, you're going to have a lot more. You know, we've always had distractions in this world, you know. But now you're going to have distractions on top of distractions. You had the carnal distractions, you know, your TV, your radio, social media, friends and family, work, kids, all kind of crazy stuff, you know, that could come up as a distraction, you know. And, even more over that, then, you know, you got more carnal stuff, you know, when you know, like Paul said, look, when I want to do, you know, when roughly paraphrasing, when I want to do good, you know, basically, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, more or less to say, that type of deal, you know. So, you don't want to get caught off guard with that woman in the red dress, you know. You don't want to get too comfortable or complacent. One thing I learned in my life, you know, in the world, was if you know, when you get comfortable, that's when you start so-called losing in life. You know, you're no longer progressing, you're no longer moving up, you know. You finally get your little apartment or whatever, and you like, I finally got a roof over my head. If you get comfortable in that apartment, you're gonna be there forever, you know. You're never gonna grow from there, you know. So the same with these scriptures and it's truth, you know. Okay, now you didn't came into a camp, you know. Oh, that's the end all be. Nah, that ain't the end all be all. You got to continue to grow. You know, you can't get caught up with these distractions and things like that, you know. And so, prime example, right? In the story of when we were in Egypt, right? The Pharaoh said, look, the Hebrews, I'm roughly paraphrasing the story. The Hebrews are starting to multiply, you know. And come let us devise wisely against them, lest, you know, they keep multiplying, and in time of war, that they may basically band together with our enemies and try to take us down, you know, which that's pretty smart from them, from their perspective, you know, because here you have these people that, you know, we kind of got them in a docile state of mind right now. They, you know, they're not even really worried about nothing, but this oppression and stuff that we giving them, they might be like, hold up, you know, you give them enough time, you know, give them enough time on their hand, they might start thinking, hold up, bro, we tired of all this. And now somebody about to come to war against them. We going to band with them and then take the Egyptians over, and we ain't no longer in captivity, you know? So the device that the Pharaoh and them came up with was, you know, he said, you know, let them, they was building the cities up, you know, and it was like, look, let them basically go and make their own bricks and make their own mortar and stuff. They had to make their own supplies instead of it already being made for them. You know, they might have had a certain group of the slaves making the stuff for them, making the materials for them, another group transporting, another group building. You know, he was like, nah, we gonna make them make their own deal, and they gonna have to bring it on their own. You know, so basically is fulfilling more of their time. You know, and so the more and more time that you are occupied doing other things, the less time you have to be doing this work. You know. And so that's like that woman in the red dress. You know, if the more and more time, you know, there's a lot of things on a carnal, spiritual sense right now as well that could be a distraction. Like I named, you know, like family and all that other stuff on a carnal sense. But, you know, you could be doing certain things in, you know, that spiritual demon Satan, you know, start attacking you and trying to distract you in other ways, you know. You know, you could be going to go do this and go do that, where you like, all right, when I get off work tonight, I'm gonna go and do this video. I got this here video lined up, boom, 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 boom. On your way home from work, you know, something might happen to where, oh man, now I gotta go do this or I gotta go do that, you know, or whatever might come up, you know, or you might, you know, gonna go sit down and go watch some videos to get edified, and all of a sudden now, you know, you have, you know, you looking through your YouTube stream and something might pop up to catch your eye, you know, you might start looking at that for a minute. And you looking at something different for a minute. Now you looking at all kind of other folly and whatnot, and then your time that you have allotted for watching videos, you done wasted all that up looking at foolishness, you know. And so you getting this distraction, you know. And you know, the same way with like in Rome in the Colosseums, you know, when Rome was falling and all that was going on, the people really didn't know what was going on because they had the Colosseum and stuff like that going on, you know. The Olympics and stuff going on. They had all these sport games and entertainment going on. The same way with today, you know. They was eating, drinking, and being and marrying and giving into marriage. You know, they was just partying it up. They was, you know, being distracted by all these things going on. And if you're distracted by all these things going on, looking at that woman in the red dress, you don't see the weather changing outside, you know. And you got to look at the weather outside. You know, this is an analogy. You got to look at the weather outside to see what's going on, to see when the storm coming, you know. You got to be watching the prophecies unfolding, you know. And also, not only that, you got to be edifying the brothers. You got to be seeing what's going on out there in regards to this thing of ours, you know. From people trying to attack us and, you know, just building up the brethren and edifying the brethren and stuff like that. You don't want to get too complacent and distracted off of all these distractions and stuff like that, you know. So, with that, you want to keep in mind, hey, the more and more you doing other kind of stuff, the less time you have to be doing this work. The less time you're not doing this work, the easier it is for you to bug out and fall out. You know what I'm saying? So this is that, you know, doing this work and staying in the spirit is that spiritual gas. You run at 100 miles an hour, you got to constantly keep refueling. You don't got no time to be stopping and this and that, because if you do, you're going to run out of gas. You know, you get too far gone with this, then, you know, you wind up losing your spark. So you can't get distracted, you know. I know for myself, I use this as an analogy, you know, and I pair a lot of the things that I wind up doing in a worldly sense to the spiritual sense. So I know for me, for myself, like I hate working for Esau. But, you know, if I take too long of a vacation, you know, if I'm off work for more than 3 days, I get comfortable not getting up early, you know, well, not getting up at the time I normally get up to go to work. You know what I'm saying? And you know, things like that. Not getting used, you know, I'm no longer used to those type of things, you know, and I want to sleep in a little later and stuff like that. I get comfortable with that type of stuff. So now when it's time to go to work, go back to work, it's 1,000 times worse than what it was before. Now it's real hard for me to get out of bed because I'm used to sitting at the house all day long. So one of the things that, you know, I had to learn for myself is I can't take too many days off of work. Although I don't like working, but I'm going to hate work 1,000 times worse if I have, like, let's say a whole week off of work or 2 weeks off of work and then go back to work again. I ain't going to want to go clock in. I ain't going to want to be there them 8 hours that I normally be there. You know, that seem, you know, you go to work for 8 to 12 hours a day every day of the week. You know what I'm saying? You kind of used to that. But then if you don't work for a while and now all of a sudden you have to go to work, them 8 hours feel like 20 hours, you know, and 12 hours feel like 2 weeks, you know. So you got to keep, you know, your eye on the prize and on the mission and not on the woman in the red dress, which is those distractions, whether it be on a carnal sense, you know, things that's going on in your life, you know, like I said, kids, family, work, stuff like that, those type of things, or, you know, in a spiritual sense, you know, when you're trying to do certain things and certain things pop up, you know, and you know it's something spiritual, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you didn't had your whole day planned out and everything like this and that, and now all of a sudden, you know, something pop up, and now you turn back and look like, man, I didn't even get a chance to do what I was supposed to be doing this weekend, you know, because this and that popped up, you know, such and such happened, you know. I know, like I wanted to do something this weekend, you know, spend more time doing some videos this weekend. I was like, all right, I'm gonna have this whole day, I'll be able to do some videos, some sit downs, boom, 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 boom. Well, lo and behold, I had family coming to town, you know, so. And And you know what I'm saying, you gotta have to learn how to work with, you know, certain things like that, and you gotta push through that. And another reason why, you know, right now, instead of going home and doing my video, instead, you know, I'm doing the video on the way home from work, because I got that distraction at the house. And this is a good example of, you know what I'm saying, like I said, hey, look, I know I got this distraction going on, but I can't let that throw me off. Okay, I can wait till they leave from out of town. Oh, that'll be about, you know, Wednesday or so, or Thursday, whatever day of the week they might leave, you know. And here it is, let's say today Monday and they're gonna leave Friday. Oh, I'll wait till Friday to put up a video. Man, now you, come on, man. This is like, this more than life or death. This is your soul you talking about. And, you know, look, you gotta have the fear of the Most High. Like, really fear the Most High, you know. Fear that the Most High gonna leave your ass out there, basically turn his back on you, you know what I'm saying? Look at our history. Look what happened when, you know what I'm saying, we weren't connected to our power. You should be thankful that you are, you know what I'm saying, and connection, and you supping with the Lord now, you know what I'm saying, and you don't want, you know what I'm saying, hey, you don't want to get left back off, you know what I'm saying, and especially you didn't been exposed to what's really going, where you really live at. How you gonna go back into the world and enjoy any of this shit, you know? So you got to keep that fear of the Most High on you, and you got to be able to fight through those distractions. And you got to be able to, you know what I'm saying, keep your eye on the prize and just keep pushing, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be out there like, hey, man, look, you know, all these, like I said, it's not like I said, like how the scripture says, it's going to be a time like never before, you know what I'm saying? And as you see, every day is worse than the day before that, whether you want to see it or believe it or not. That's what the scriptures say, you know? It's going to be a time like never before on the planet Earth. So whether or not, you know, some things you might be able to see, like, oh, you got 9/11 popping off, this is a horrible day. But think about this, the demonic attacks that was going on at that point in time compared to the demonic attacks that's going on today. It's a lot harder to stay in tune in the spirit nowadays than it was back then, or last week, last month, yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Every day is getting a lot harder and harder and harder, you know? So you got to stay focused. You got to stay planted, you know? You got to be planted like that tree by the river, you know? You got to have your roots deep down and a sure foundation, you know? And whatever you know, you got to do to, you know, to stay in the spirit, you got to do that. You got to just keep that in the back of your mind, you know? Or at the front of your mind, that you can see that every day, you know? I mean, I know for me it's kind of easy because, shit, I be on my knees at the end of the night, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, praying, you know what I'm saying? That, you know what I mean? Hey, y'all, hey, listen, keep your eye on the prize, man. Don't get complacent. Don't get comfortable. Don't let too many days go by without, I mean, you should always stay in the scriptures. You should always stay in the spirit. But I'm letting you know now, you know, you let certain things start to slip and slide, you get complacent, you get distracted by these little things that's going on here and there, man. Like the woman in the red dress, turn and look again. Now what do you see? That gun in your face. You know what I'm saying? You over here, you know, supposed to be watching videos and getting edified, and now you done clicked off onto this little topic or that topic, something that ain't even got nothing to do with the truth. Now you watching this video, and you watching more and more videos. Before you know it, 2-3 nights in a row, you only watching these videos. You ain't even been getting edified none. Now you comfortable and complacent watching that other mess. Before you know it, you just stopped showing up to camp. You forgot you was even in a camp, you know? And, you know, when you turn back around, you got that gun in your face. And that gun in your face represents judgment. You didn't let go of that plow, you know? So, with that, I want to say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. And salutations to you brothers pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth. Also want to add, hey, look, pray for your brethren out there, you know? Pray for the sincere brethren out there that we all make it through what we can, through, you know, our trials and tribulations, and that we all endure to the end, you know? That we stay in the spirit, we stay strong. Be there for your brothers. If your brothers is, you know, your brother is in need of some brotherly help them out, you know? You're supposed to be there for them, you know? Pray to the Most High, turn your spirit up, that you ain't lukewarm and you ain't cold. You know what I'm saying? Because that lukewarm, that goes right into it again. You lukewarm, you complacent. I'll watch a video here today, and then tomorrow I'll be into my folly. I might, you know, do a video next week. No, that's that lukewarm spirit, man. At any point in time, whenever the Lord, you brothers putting up these videos, you know how them videos come to you, you know? When the videos come to you, you know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do to put that video up, you know, whether it be I know for me in my, in my timing and stuff like that, I'm most of the time at work, when I get my, the spirit come to me, but I write it down right then and there, you know what I'm saying? And then when I get time, I go put my little lesson together and we get it out. But don't get complacent. Don't sleep. Don't slumber. Don't go back to sleep. That's the worst thing you could do is go back to sleep and go back into this world, So with that, I want to say all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone and rule well. Salutations to you brothers pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth. Shalom.